What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode 16 of our Bayer Leverkusen Let's Play here in Football Manager 2019. Today, a huge episode, a double header. Manchester United in the Champions League, Dortmund in the Bundesliga. It does not get any more difficult than this. Well, actually, that's a lie. It does, because just 3 days ago in last episode, we, of course, took on Bayern Munich, which if you somehow missed, go check that out. Bayern, of course, the Titanic team of German football. If you watched that, you know how we did, and we did pretty well, didn't we? Let's have a look at that, of course. A 2-1 win last time out. Today we go straight into a double header against Manchester United. There is nothing to talk about because, well, things haven't really advanced that much in the last 3 days. There is one thing, actually. Andreas Pereira, who is formerly of Manchester United, has joined us on a trial. He's a free agent at the moment, weighing up whether or not to offer this guy a contract. He doesn't have the craziest demands if we have a look at them here. You can see nothing too mad, I guess, about what he's asking for, but part of me just wants to sit and wait. I'm unconvinced. I'm hoping we can maybe get him for a little bit less. In terms of our team for today's first fixture, you can see this is the team we're going to go with. We're going to go back to having Sven Bender playing that anchorman role. Retsos and Tar still in the centre-back positions. Radeski, of course, in goal. Vendel still not fully fit, so we are going to have to go with Ryan Sessegnon out on that left-hand side, who has, well, been improving a hell of a lot, as you can see here. Just looking absolutely superb for us. Out on the right, we go with Weiser. In the centre of midfield, we're mixing things up. We're going to go with a roaming playmaker in the form of Lucas Paqueta. Of course, the young Brazilian joined us, well, not that long ago now, last season for 15 million. He settled into this season very well. 1 goal and 2 assists in the league. Hopefully, he can carry some of that form into this European game. We're then going to play Almiron at centre mid on attack, a player who, of course, we signed last year for 7 million. Had a lot of problems with injuries. He's never really shone for us so far, but I want to give him a chance today to see what he can do. Out on the left, we're going to go with Julian Brandt. Out on the right, Leon Bailey. Volland up top. On the bench, we have options. Paulino, Fischer, Havertz, Palacios, Lucas Romero, Vendel and Kor. I mean, we can change things up if we need to here, but at home against Manchester United, I want to go for them. I want to see what we can do here. Sven Bender lacking just a little bit of match fitness, but he's in perfectly good condition besides that. Looking at their team, actually, Manchester United, I mean, as a Liverpool fan, it kind of hurts a little bit to see them with Lucas at centre defensive mid. They've also got Adrian Silva, you can see here, the Portuguese player. So a few older players they've added to their ranks. The rest of their team, obviously Lukaku on the bench. They've got Icardi leading the line with the captain's armband. He is a scarily good player. We are going to have to be at our best to shut him down. And, well, their attacking midfield really is not that bad either. Anyway, let's see how we get on going into today's first match of the live com. Of course, straight after this, we've got Dortmund in a matter of days. So, not the longest recovery time. 2 must-win games, really. I consider this a must-win just because, well, not a must-win, but it'd be good to have a really good battle and try and get at least a point. Just because with our group, we're in a group of death. We've got Monaco, we've got Manchester United, we've got Athletic Bilbao. Just some of the best teams, to be honest, in Europe there. I know people are going to maybe pull a funny face as I kind of pigeonhole Bilbao in there, but they are not a bad team at all, the Basque side. And, well, Monaco and Manchester United, they're going to be tough opposition for us. We are the 3rd seed in this group, and I knew we were going to be in for a tough group, but this has been something else. Anyway, looking at the stats right now, we are the team in red. I want to stress that because we are dominating possession. We've had a lot more in the way of shots. Can we box Manchester United in here? Trying to build it out from the back. Of course, we are at home here, so I want to play positive football. Almiron wins it. Paul Pogba, though, great tackle on him. Can Almiron get it back? Giving him a run out today, Almiron, to see what he can do. He's a player with a lot of pace. I'm hoping he can add some real energy to the midfield. And, well, speaking of energy in the midfield, Paqueta, who's been in great form. Great run. Julian Brandt back post. Heads it straight into the hands of De Gea. I feel like that should have been a better finish, really. Let's get up the latest match stats so you can see them here for us. But yes, I feel like that should have been a better finish at the end of the day. And now Alexis Sanchez up the other end, almost replying immediately. It was only a half chance that fell our way. And for all the possession and all the chances and shots we've had, we've not had any massively clear-cut opportunities yet. Although that could change in the blink of an eye. Almiron here, cutting inside to Sven Bender. Switches the play to Weiser, who's got space. Can he pull it across? Can he pull it across? He does! And Leon Bailey's there to give us the lead against Manchester United. What a goal that is. His 3rd goal of the season. Weiser with the assist. A lovely little dribble from him. I was concerned for a second he was going to try and shoot it from a stupidly narrow angle, but no, he took his time here, composed finish. Composed run, and then, well, it was a composed finish by Leon Bailey. It was more difficult to miss from that range. And, well, his third goal of the season. Leon Bailey in fine form for us. And we've got another chance here before half-time. Whipped in, back post, Red Sauce. Narrowly over the crossbar, really not far away at all. Another chance immediately here as well. 3 minutes left of the half. We are knocking on Manchester United's front door, trying to kick the door down, but maybe they are going to, answer it here with their own goal as well. Hradecky collects it. Can we build now? Can we create something? We've been so good in this game so far. Look how dominant we've been against this Manchester United side. What a performance thus far this game. Weiser down this right-hand side. Options ahead. Paqueta, can he do something with it now? Tries to spread it. Pogba intercepts. Big ball over the top to Icardi. Retsos and Tag going for the same ball, and while we've been let off the hook just a little bit there. Chiesa, I think that's how you say his name. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Italian viewers. I know that Chiesa, I'm going to call him Chiesa this episode, but he is one of the best young wingers in FM this year, and for Manchester United to have him is kind of scary. You might have noticed a weird issue there where it looked like my mouse, I skipped a team talk. I did skip the team talk. You're not going to believe the reason why. Well, maybe you will. My mouse is broken. My mouse sometimes double clicks, and I went to click continue to go to half time, and it hit continue twice. I need a new mouse. Please send help. I actually have like an office mouse, but I'm too stubborn to go and find it. I like my nice comfy mouse as well. Almiron gives us a comfy lead to go with the comfy mouse that I have. It's a lovely finish. Leon Bailey with an assist now. Certainly not the kind of assist you'd expect from him, but a set piece here from out wide. Weiser, back post. Leon Bailey nods it back across. Almiron leaps like a salmon, stings like a bee. De Gea, well, you couldn't see him, could you? He went for it, and the quick switch over really caught United out. We've been so good this game. This new system that we kind of started using towards the end of last season and have continued to develop is working wonders right now. That's unfortunate. Lucas Leiva, set-piece goal. It was like a blocked shot that came back to Lucas. The keeper was down on the floor, and it was an open goal it was scored into. A little bit of a weird-looking goal. But yeah, you can see a Lucas... Actually, it wasn't Lucas, it was the Alexis Sanchez shot to begin with. Hradecky, questionable goalkeeping perhaps. I feel like it was unfortunate with the block, really, the fact it fell straight to Lucas. Not a whole lot of time left in this game. I'm going to drop our fullbacks just back a little bit. I'm going to bring in Vendel as well for Sessegnon. Vendel just a little bit better defensively. Brand and Volland haven't had the greatest of games. I'm going to bring in Paulino for Volland in the striker department as we have another set piece here. Whipped in Icardi. Gets it away to Julian Brandt, who might go wide here to Leon Bailey. What can Bailey do now? Goes to Paqueta. Vendel. Loads of options here. Loads of space. Weiser. Ball of quality, maybe? Sven Bender. Switches the play. Leon, what can you do for us? He goes for a run. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What a goal that is by Leon Bailey. 2 goals on the night and an assist. That might be the best goal I've seen in FM19 so far. I thought it was going to be one of those pointless highlights. He has absolutely sledgehammered this from this right-hand side. He cuts inside onto his left peg. I mean, De Gea beat it at his near post, but you can't blame the keeper there. What a finish that is by Leon. Take a bow, my son. Pogba now on a booking as well. Probably wants to take off Almiron just to be safe. Let's take him off and bring in Kai Havertz for a bit of a run out here for the last 10 minutes. But 3-1 to the good, and we've absolutely outplayed Manchester United here. 65% of possession we've had. We have just dominated the ball through this whole game. We've played this game at our pace. We've taken the chances that came our way. And what I thought was going to be the toughest game of the group stage, or one of them certainly, has turned into a game that looked rather comfortable. I mean, what a goal by Leon. Holy crap, I was not expecting that to go flying in. That was so good. And in the other game, Bilbao and Monaco drew, which is actually probably the best possible result. Well, I think we'll just continue onwards here. The Dortmund game is literally a matter of days away. With that in mind, I am going to just set the whole team to be rested. I'm actually very, very tempted to go with the exact same team that we just played in this game here. Genuinely, just such a good performance against Dortmund by the entire team. You really can't fault the effort there. We dominated the ball throughout. We do currently sit top of the Bundesliga, of course, after that win against Bayern rather. It's going to be interesting to see how we, get on in this game immediately following it. Going to praise Leon Bailey for that last game. What a performance that was by him. He's continuing to improve. He has a lot of potential to fulfill, it feels like, Leon. And maybe this season is the season he does it. I mean, so far he's been great for us. I am thinking about the fact his contract's up in 4 years and could we get it on an extension? I just worry about how much money he'd actually want to stay. I don't really want that minimum release clause if I can have it. I'd love to give him an optional contract extension of 3 years and lock him in on a super long-term contract here. I don't even mind about making him the highest earner at this point. Okay, I do care about offering him 130 grand a week and a £5 million signing on clause. I knew it was going too well this episode so far. Leon just crushing my hopes a little bit there. Our next game we've got is against Dortmund away. Is it away? Yeah, it is away. So not an easy game at all. Dortmund right up there. They're third in the league. A win, though, would be massive for us. And you'd have to say off the back of that United game, we have to go in with every bit of confidence that we're going to be able to really show what we're made of again. We have, so far this season, really found some form. It feels like the new tactical system we've got is starting to work. Players are starting to gel. We've got a very young squad. You know, a lot of the players played many games last year, and it's kind of that maturity that now seems to be oozing out of the younger players that we've got that we've given time to. And even players, like Sessignon, who we brought in, have done very, very well indeed. Our assistant is bigging up our odds of winning the Bundesliga title. I was looking at a few different players. You can see here some of the players that have been recommended by our scouts. There are certainly players that I'm looking at as players I'd be interested in signing. Memphis Depay was unhappy at Lyon. Unfortunately, right now, I don't have the money to sign him. Otherwise, I'd be very, very tempted. You can actually see, in terms of transfer budget, £0. Wage budget, we've got some excess in. We're sat with £31 million in the bank. Obviously, we had a crazy, crazy prize money last year because of how well we did in the league, finishing second. Decided to ask for the training facilities to be upgraded because I could. And, well, that's going to be happening next year. So that's something good that's happened this episode. We're back now. We had that little bit of a wobble with the Bailey contract negotiations. But that training upgrade is going to be very, very good for us. Yep, I have a great relationship with the chairman. Tell me more later. Right, top performers in training. I've already praised Sessignon, Wagnerman and Retsos a fair bit recently. It's really exciting to see Wagnerman doing so well. Of course, signed from Hamburger at the start of this year. £10 million, so not a small fee, but at 18 years old, I've got high hopes for this German fullback to really be a great squad player for us. I absolutely adore fullbacks who can play left and right back. It's such a valuable asset to have, particularly on the bench. And considering he's homegrown and stuff, obviously that just further adds to the bonuses. Right, in terms of the briefing here, what do I want to change? I mean, we're always going to... they're always going to do well in the air. So with that in mind, maybe I want to try and... Do I want to change anything here? I usually, a lot of the times, to be honest with you, just leave them over to the assistant. Occasionally you get useful stuff here suggested to you, but very often I find that I don't want to change the tactical system that much. I mean, I guess Royce is the player to be afraid of. So with that in mind, I probably want to show him onto his weaker foot. And probably the same with Wolf as well on the other wing. Did they sign Marius Wolf or did he start at them? I'm not sure if they signed in real life. There's another player, there's an Austrian player I was thinking of called Wolf, who I think plays for Salzburg. But no, we want to show their wide men onto their weaker foot, I think. I'd rather encourage them to cut inside. I feel like we can deal with that quite well with how compact our team is. I'm curious, what does my assistant want to do? He doesn't want to say a lot. Excellent. Well, I'm happy with that tactical briefing. As I said, I occasionally touch the tactical briefings. More often than not, I feel like I do my team instructions before a game. And to be honest, I'll sometimes look at there to just see what the weaknesses and strengths of teams are that we can up against. But I feel like we're fairly familiar with Dortmund and what they kind of offer against us. You can see here, our under-19s team are doing pretty well so far this year. 2 wins, 3 draws, no losses. Who has been the big performer? Actually, let's have a look at this. Cologne have a 16-year-old who's performing well. unfortunately, we can't sign him for really cheap. Let's have a look. Who in our under-19s team has been the highlight performer so far? It's been probably Till Hober, who I'm not familiar with at all in our youth team, but he's been doing well so far, so well done, Till. In terms of the players with real potential, I still feel really excited about Friday Okoye, who of course we signed at the start of last season. He looks absolutely immense, to be honest. He has really good potential as well. Could definitely see him breaking into the first team in the next couple of years. Definitely the player still at this point that I'm most excited about in our team. Anyway, let's get into our next game. It's against Dortmund. There were some other games played here. You can see Bayern won 7-1. Hamburger, who were unbeaten, lost 1-0. Do Leipzig play tomorrow? They do, against Hertha Berlin. If I remember, we'll continue forward one more day to see how they get on. In terms of the team, I'm not going to change it from the Manchester United squad. Genuinely, we just played so well in that match that I don't want to upset things. I've rested the players so they can come into this game fresh. But we absolutely dominated that last game. And now what I'm hoping that our players are going to come here and will just give Dortmund a taste of their own medicine, a bit of revenge perhaps. We are away from home for this game. Of course, the game against Bayern was at home. The game against United was at home. On the road, though, last year, we were very, very strong. Hopefully, we can continue that into this year. This is the first real test, I feel like, in terms of away fixtures, where we are probably the underdog. We'll have to see how the system gets on. Maybe we'll have to tweak things here and there to make kind of a variant that is better suited to where we are playing away from home in games where we perhaps can't expect to have quite as much of the ball. Anyway, Witzel switching the ball to Diallo here on the left-hand side for Dortmund. What a tackle that is by Leon Bailey. He can defend as well. Okay, I take it all back. What was that, Leon? Yeah, I've jinxed him. He's now going to do rubbish, isn't he, after the contract negotiations fell through? I mean, did that look like match fixing? It was a questionable clearance after a fantastic tackle. I mean, maybe he just forgot that he was meant to be defending in the moment, but that was not the most convincing of clearances. I mean, if there was anything positive you wanted to say about it, it'd be that the ball physics with the ball curving looked really good there. Unfortunately, it was curving into our own 6-yard box, which not entirely ideal. Maybe Leon Bailey can step things up, but that an uncharacteristic mistake early on here. Possession, we are not dominating. This looks like a game that has been bogged down in the midfield. Been a real lack of chances so far. Royce and Dahoud both getting injuries. Obviously, Dortmund playing midweek as well. And, well, they are struggling actually when it comes to their condition. And that could kind of play into our favour. You can see their players are frustrated by something that's been said by their manager as well. Maybe a degree of mismanagement. Speaking of that, actually, I didn't talk about it earlier, or last episode rather, but you might have noticed if you were paying attention, Jurgen Klopp is Bayern Munich manager on this save. Liverpool, I think they finished 4th or 5th last year. They sacked Klopp at the end of the year. And yeah, he's gone over to manage Bayern. I don't know how Dortmund fans would feel about that. I don't know how I'd feel about it as a Liverpool fan if that was to happen. I feel like it would upset me a little bit. But obviously, the politics of going to Bayern after managing Dortmund for so long, I feel like would be pretty controversial. Anyway, let's not talk about the speculative future of Jurgen Klopp. We have to talk about the speculative crapness of our defence. Retzos is having an awful game. Why is your morale so bad? I'm not sure, but cool, get on the pitch. Leon Bailey's had an absolute Western supermare out on the right-hand side. Palmy wants to keep him on just because he can be a game changer for us. Julian Brandt did not have a good game last time out either, so we'll bring in Paulino for him. I feel like we have to hold on to our last sub for now. The reality is, though, however, with half an hour left, we probably need to be a little less patient, I guess. We need to be a little more just attacking, a little more direct. And, well, that's what we are going to try and do with the changes that I am going to employ here. But we've got half an hour to turn it around, so still some time. Still got one kind of change if we need it in our back pocket in terms of a sub that we can do. We've got a set piece here. Paqueta has a go. That almost went in. It was a good save by, I guess, Berkey. That's definitely not how you say his name, but I'm going to call him Berkey from now on because it sounds nice. Yeah, saved by him. Maybe that wasn't the highlight. Maybe that free kick wasn't what we were here for. Can we try and create something? Of course, be more attacking now. We are going to leave ourselves more exposed at the back, but we should also be getting a little bit more creativity out of our front men. And while Almiron, who played great last time against United, getting the goal with a wayward pass. he's been pretty quiet so far, you'd have to say, this game at centre mid. Indeed as our whole team, we are really not creating a lot. So you'd have to say, you know, Dortmund have only had 2 half chances, but it's been a game of few chances really. But they've been so clinical, and they've been clinical again. I mean, heartbreaking after the United game for things to turn around like this. Perhaps a bit of tactical naivety to, you know, play equally as positive in this second game. Maybe I went attacking a little bit too soon. Regardless, it is Marius Wolf with the goal. That tackle, questionable at best by Sven Bender, needs to be winning that if you're going to commit like that onto Royce. The ball easily whipped in. And a goal for Marius Wolf, and it's his first of the season that sees us drop down to 3rd. I mean, if we get a goal now, it could be a spicy end to the game with 15 minutes left, but we need a goal now. Sven, have a go if you think you're hard enough. He doesn't think he's hard enough. Weiser, can you do something? Whips it in. Hit that. Let's go, Paulino. On off the bench, gets a goal. Volland's been non-existent this game. I'm going to take him off. I was going to take him off my last change. I can only bring on Fisher, but he's really not fit. I'll tell you what, we'll bring in Kai Havertz for Paqueta, who's been lacklustre at best. And I'm also going to move Havertz higher up the pitch into an advanced playmaker on support role. Actually, kind of looking now like our system that I used last year at Sochaux for a little bit, that asymmetric 4-2-3-1. Maybe it will make a return here at Bayern. We have the players to make it happen. Unfortunately, you can see here since that goal, we just can't quite get going. It's been a pretty even game. Dortmund just very, very clinical in front of goal, unfortunately for us. They created some half chances and took each and every one of them. We didn't nearly create enough on our own. I mean, we could still get one back here. That would be the dream. 3-2 would make it look a little closer. But no, ultimately Dortmund have been very, very solid here in this game. We've just not quite got going after that United game where we performed so well. I'm not going to dwell too much on this game. Dortmund are predicted to finish 2nd away from home. It was never going to be easy. Considering that we have played both Dortmund and Bayern so far this season, to find ourselves, I think, is probably going to be 3rd place in the league is really nothing to be ashamed of. I'm pretty happy with that all in all. I'm going to still tell the players I'm not happy with the general performance because ultimately we shipped 3 goals, which just isn't good enough. You can see with that, Dortmund go ahead of us by 1 point. The goal difference swing with a 3-1 also a factor there that we needed to consider. We'll continue forward just here to see how Leipzig get on in their game to round up this episode. I'm hoping, obviously, that they're going to struggle a little bit and lose this game against Hertha Berlin, who are down in 15th. Berlin, can you do us a favour? Did they do us a favour? We don't know. Answers on a postcard. That's where am I going? Right, Bundesliga. They drew 0-0. They have done us a favour. Leipzig on 7 points, struggling, but you can see how close things are at the top of the table. But we have, as I've said, and I will repeat, already played Dortmund and FC Bayern here. So Bayern Munich, not an easy team. Dortmund, not an easy game. In terms of matches we've got coming up, we've got Frankfurt, Hertha Berlin, who of course we've just seen are going to be tricky. We've then got Monaco, Hoffenheim. I think next episode we'll be back for the game against Leipzig. We should have a good idea at that point about exactly what we're fighting for. Obviously, I want to be playing for the title this year after finishing 2nd last season. But whether or not that's realistic remains to be seen. And also, it should give us a good idea of how we're doing in Europe. You know, if we can beat Monaco away from home, we'd be in a really good position to get out of the group with 2 games coming up against Bilbao, which you'd think are easier fixtures. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap up this episode from me. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, leave a like on the video. If you've got any comments, leave them down below. Let me know how you felt about me keeping the bit in between matches in the episode. I don't mind it. I feel like the rambling maybe drags out the video longer than I'd like, but I'd be interested to hear your perspectives on it. And yeah, other than that, it is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.